What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the day's news, and that is that Sony and Microsoft have signed a deal to get Call of Duty on PlayStation going forward. Now, I want to talk about that, and even though we have limited information, I want to kind of read into it a little bit, but then I also want to talk about the games that are not Call of Duty, right? Because while Call of Duty is the big fish, it's obviously the thing that Sony was most concerned about, and it's what everybody's signing deals for, right? Nintendo, all this different stuff. Well, there's games that are not Call of Duty, many games that are coming with Activision Blizzard, and what happens with those. Well, starting with Call of Duty, let's look at this Phil Spencer tweet, and this is all we have. All we have right now, we'd have nothing on Sony's side of things, at least at the time I'm recording this. So he said, "We're pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep COD on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games." So there you go. There's Call of Duty. Now, it doesn't give a timeline. I would like to read into that. Now, a lot of people think that this is just the basic 10-year deal that everybody else got. I think that's possible, and I'm not going to throw that out entirely, but I do think because they didn't say the years, I wonder if this is kind of a special deal for PlayStation. Remember, you still got the CMA in the UK going on. The deal might actually be, I guess, postponed. I don't know, like the legal terminology, but they can lock it in but just not do it on Monday, right? So that's something that they may be looking at. So this could just be another thing to kind of smooth everything over, whether the deal does go through on Monday or afterwards. But I think it could be longer than 10 years. You know, we know Sony was, I think, pushing for longer than that. We know that they've gotten upset about other things in the entire package, not just Call of Duty. So I wonder if there's more to the deal than just the, I guess, exact same deal that everybody else got. But I do want to throw in there, you know, the second part of this is what happens to all the other games. Well, honestly, I do think the other games are going to fall into Microsoft. Now, you can look at that as a win, as a loss. You know, we've been talking about the prototypes of the world or the StarCrafts. I did a video yesterday on that. There's a lot of potential here to bring back some old favorites, and I'm all for that. I think that needs to happen with this deal. If this deal is just to get, I mean, and maybe it is, just to get Call of Duty right under the Xbox umbrella, put it on Game Pass, do the PC stuff, and just kind of bolster the whole model, you know, I guess that's fine if that's what they're looking for, but I honestly am looking for, okay, well, you have now an unbelievable amount of money coming in on top of just Activision Blizzard. Now you're going to have Xbox money or Microsoft money. You should be diversifying. You should be bringing other things back. I think that they're going to lock it under their own stuff. I think they're going to use a model kind of similar to what they're doing with Bethesda, I suppose, where the games like the Starfields of the world are going to stay just on Xbox. So if there is a Spyro comeback, which there should be, and I think there will be, maybe that's locked and that's just on Xbox, obviously on PC as well, right? So you have that, but it wouldn't be on PlayStation. I think that idea is going to apply to a lot of these games, to Crash Bandicoot, to Spyro. You think, you know, the StarCraft thing, I think makes a lot of sense to maybe even make it just exclusively on PC, or if you have it on Xbox as well, but that could help PC Game Pass. You know, again, we've talked about Prototype coming back, and now the thing with that is if Prototype were to return, I would throw a party, a celebration. It would be incredible, but it probably would be limited to just Xbox. So you got to pay attention, I think, to the terminology. I do find it, or I will maybe eventually find it funny, that last sentence. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. That line has been said before, and I think that's a very, he kind of picks and chooses where he says that line. To take a little dig at Phil Spencer, it's obviously applying here to Call of Duty because literally you have plenty of choices to play COD. You'll even have the Switch and all that stuff, but I wonder if that terminology will be used if, again, say Spyro is an easy example. If Spyro comes back, is that a future where you have more choice to play your games? Maybe because of the cloud, because of PC, all that stuff, but it's taking it away from PlayStation. You can debate all day long, I guess, the console warrior thing. Look, and I've said this before, I have both. I have a PC as well, I guess, so I have all three. I don't care where these games come out. I've said, you know, I didn't want anybody to kind of buy anybody, so I would have preferred everybody were to be left alone. But at the same time, I go where these games are. There's no point for me to say, well, because the game is coming out on Xbox, I'm cutting it out from my life because I just play PlayStation. That serves me nothing. I lose out on so many games that I otherwise wouldn't lose out on if I just accepted that these companies have different things going on. So that's how I do it. I'll go where Spyro is. I'll go where StarCraft is. I have no problem with that, but that's just my opinion there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.